Welcome back to the channel and to Shetland. Having been furthest north, failed to get furthest east due to the winds, it was time to go furthest west.
I don't know where I've been, I don't know where I'm going.
Satisfying our hunger pans with those humongous fish and chips, we headed west. Whenever we set off on one of these journeys, we're always on the lookout for that night's park up, and this was to be no exception today. Our parking area there is too near people's houses though, isn't it? Now this is a winding road. And here was another possible spot. Nice big wide area there. Dismissing both of these spots, we headed on. It was a dank, dull day, which only seemed to add to the atmospheric nature of this moorland. It was a lonely place with only the very odd passing car. So quiet. It was eerie. It wasn't something we'd become accustomed to over the last few days on Shetland. Well, I didn't miss this one. Makes a change.
Continue on A971.
We haven't heard from Sally Satnav, have we? All this trip until now. Because Sally's not much use for some reason on Shetland. There's just not enough major places to actually type in. Because all these are little settlements and none of them appear in her little list. In her list. With the bends in the road and the fog, it's sometimes hard to miss seeing an oncoming vehicle, and you have to be prepared to stop pretty sharpish. It's just so grey. Everywhere's so grey. There's another spot, Bernie. Loads of track. We're on the hunt for park-ups while we're driving this way, because you just never know. We could finally see our destination at Sandness Beach. Were we going to be able to stay here tonight? Let's have a look. And there's toilets as well. I don't know whether you have to pay. I know it's only, what time is it? 2:30, but it'd be a nice place to spend the night, wouldn't it? Oh dear, as beautiful as this place was, it wasn't going to work. We were back in that pesky wind, and to be honest, it was a little bit on the smelly side. So I got Blue out for a bit before he had a complete meltdown, used the loos, and then decided to carry on our search elsewhere. Heading back inland, we were soon to come across something very famous. Shetland seems to have a few of these little spots. We are at the very famous cake fridge. The cake fridge can be found on the B9071 at East Bereford. And we've just bought some cakes for tea. Nice with a cup of coffee. And right next door to the cake fridge is a Shetland breeder. It was actually the first time we'd seen these wee residents. Oh, it's fallen over. It's stuck.
Let's hope.
Speaking to the breeder, I found out this foal was only hours old. And this one was only a matter of days old. Our mood lifted by the encounter with those beautiful little wee ponies, we carried on travelling inland on the search for our overnight park-up. So we found a nice spot. We spotted it on the way down to Sandness and we thought, well, if we don't see anything else, we'll bob into here. We were hoping for a bit of shelter from these the cliffs next to me, but the wind's coming again from behind. So we've pointed Buddy nose out again. Well, nose into the wind. Yeah, we were hoping those little cliffs behind would give us some protection, but hey ho, we're getting used to it now. So this is what we bought from the cake fridge. Coconut and lemon slice. I'd say the prices are about average. They might look expensive. There's two pieces in there. And you know, I think they're equally sized as well. There's none of this. That's a bit bigger than that one. It's all homemade. And you've got to support the local communities here, haven't you? So we're going to enjoy that now. We were so full from the fish and chips from Frankie's that I think this is all we're going to have tonight, isn't it? Yeah. You'll be happy just with a piece of cake, won't you?
Oh yes.
Well, I hope it's nice after all this. I'm sure it is.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know. So, what's the verdict?
It's very nice, but you couldn't eat a lot of it.
Very sweet, isn't it?
Very sweet, yeah. The topping is very sweet.
Mm. Still?
No, overall it's very nice. Yeah.
Mm. There was a few things we wanted to see on this trip that we thought would be almost guaranteed to see. And that was otters, maybe orcas if we were lucky, and some white-tailed eagles. Now we'd heard that there was a hide down at a place called Skeld, so we thought probably won't have much luck because the weather's horrible, but we'll go check it out. You just never know, do you? So where are we? What's it called? Skeld? Yeah, Skeld.
Waterfront.
We're in Skeld.
Waterfront. Caravan park.
Right, we've still got the wind, but it's dropped a little bit. But we've now swapped the wind for rain. Like Bernie said earlier, we've had everything. All we need now is some snow. We've had the full set. It's alright though. It's such a shame though, Bernie, isn't it? You know, we could have had a nice picnic down here, and now instead of that we're going to be sat in the car eating us pies. It looks.
There's anything on there on the door.
It looks a nice little campsite actually. This. They're more like, they're always at marinas, aren't they? They're not like campsites that you would normally think of. So we set off to look for this hide and we thought we'd spotted it. Although it did seem an unusual place to have one. Oh, it's just a shelter, is it? Might as well get in out of the rain for a minute. So no, we were right. This was a funny place to have a hide, and this certainly wasn't it. So walking further down through the site, past the moored boats, we finally came to the end and found the hide. We found a bit of shelter. This is actually a community hide, where you can just come in for free, and on a good day, definitely not today, take a pew, bring your binoculars in and just watch to see what's out there. There'll be absolutely nothing if it's got any sense today. To Bernie though was, rather than eating us pies and stuff in the van, if we'd have known, we could have brought our stuff with us and sat in here in the dry, in the warm, and had our pies and whatever else we've got. What do we get for Blue? We get a banana.
That's for later.
Yeah, we got a yellow thing for Blue. Oh, he's heard me. I hope this isn't the only spotting of an otter, or even an orca. I think that's pretty much impossible. There's a chance we might see an otter. I mean, that'd just make our trip, wouldn't it? Not that we're not enjoying it, because we are. It's just a shame.
It's one of the three we need to tick off.
It is.
It's an orca, an otter, and white-tailed sea eagle.
That's right, yeah.
There are only three we need to tick off.
Uh,
But
We're going to have to go to Mull, aren't we? We're going to have to...
yeah, maybe next year.
Well, we could take a shortcut back to the mainland.
Ah,
I have a habit of doing
that's
that.
an idea.
Told you. Now, whilst we were in that hide, and I was looking at those pictures of what people had spotted on the wall, I noticed that the picture of the otter had been taken at a beach called Reawick. So I thought it might be worth going to check that out too. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Always a close one. It's either an or we should have been up there.
Go.
Do not proceed. I just... Right, hang on. You'll find there's a lot of this turning around malarkey because things just creep up on you. Everything's so close together. Now, is that a car park or not?
Probably not.
Well, it must be if people come here. There must be somewhere to park.
Well, we shall soon find out.
There's a car in there, look.
There's a sign. What does the sign say?
Enjoy your access responsibly. I'm guessing these rocks were where they actually spotted the otters, but not today. We're a bit late in the day, to be honest. Nice spot, Reawick Beach. It stopped raining as well, so it's still very cold and still a bit breezy, but what a beautiful spot. Blue's happy, he likes the beach. Hello, you! So we'll leave this episode here. We didn't get to see the otters, but we've still time. Join us next time when the weather closes back in again. There's no way we can get out to explore anywhere. Even open the window. But eventually the rain holds off and we get to see one of the highlights of this trip.